Hello, my beautiful community. I am so excited to be here and really feeling into like the essence of abundance. And I'm having so much fun doing this challenge with you this week. So I wanted to talk a little bit about like abundance and the purpose of tuning into it and really connecting with what's already here. So why are we doing this in the first place, right? And I know I've mentioned it a little bit in previous context and posts and all that about what we tend to focus on is, what seems to manifest and what we see on coming back to us in our lives, right? And so oftentimes, we are not tuned into the abundance that's all around because literally oh my goodness, abundance is our birthright. And everything is at our fingertips. Everything is already here, like someone said this morning that it was, if you decide that you're hungry, all you need to tune into is say, hey, I am hungry. I would love something to eat. And then, there's an abundance of options for you to choose, right? And also like the frequency, you have to be on the frequency of abundance. And so when we tune into what is already around us, right? So it could be like I posted the tiny little ice crystals that were all over all the leaves and all over all the blades of grass and everything this morning on my walk. Well, goodness, that stuff is everywhere, right? And the life that comes from that, once the sun hits it, then it turns to water and then it turns into nutrients for the earth and for the animals and the bugs and all of that stuff. Like so much life already just comes from that. And it just is. Nature is abundant. And guess what? We are part of nature. We are, a moving part of nature. And so whatever we need to tune into, we find more of, right? So it's just like when you go and buy a car and then it seems like everybody and their dog has that car. You see them everywhere, but you never really saw them before that. So I'm going to mute my computer though. So when we tune into and change our focus to more abundance, so we may want more abundance in our finances. You may want more abundance in clients. You may want more abundance in sales. But when we're so focused on what's not there, then it's hard to be open to receiving what is knocking at the door, right? So I think of maybe say you have a storefront and you look at the door and there's nobody standing there, right? So you just decide to leave it closed because nobody's there, right? But you don't see the whole line of people that is coming, that is like walking there to be, served by you, right? And you leave the door closed and you're just so focused on, what's not there that you can't see what already is. So this abundance challenge is for you to like witness what and tune into the abundance that is already around you. And notice also that we are all made of the same substance. We all are the same thing, right? We all are energy and frequency. I can't remember what I was reading, but they said it as, everything in our world is made of water, earth, and air, right? Whether it's the food that we eat or paper that we write on, right? The foundation of it is all comes from nature. It's all water, earth, and air. So it's all the same thing, you know? We have to see that we are already abundant. You know, you look at your hand, and there's so many cells that are all put together that, you know, are all webbed together and perfectly aligned to make this fashion of skin that we have. And, you know, the miles and miles and miles of tubing that is your arteries and your veins and your intestines and all of that. Like, it's so abundant, but we don't tap into that. We don't see that. We just take it for granted that it already is here, right? We don't tune into what we already are. And so it's so important to switch that focus, right? Because the human mind is programmed to look at the challenge or look at the problem and to try and fix it, right? But it's not our job to fix it. We have to, sometimes you need to step back. I mean, I don't know how many times I've done a puzzle or was working on something and just like could not figure it out. And so I had to step away. I had to leave, take a break from it for a little bit, and then come back. And then it's like, doop, doop, doop. Oh, okay, there it is. My son and I do these word puzzles on my phone. And so, you know, you have to like create however many different words out of 6 or 8 different letters. And some of them are really hard, and I'll look at it for 20, 30, 40 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have no idea. And then I have to take a break from it for a little bit, and I come back with a fresh perspective, and then it just seems like it was so easy, right? So when we step back and change the focus from the challenge or the problem, which if we really look at all of the amazing things going on in your world and your life, you know, all the things that are happening, right? And then, you know, you could make a list of the things that you would rather that need to shift, and then all the things that are already going really well. Like, tune into the abundance of how blessed you already are and all the things that you bring to yourself in such an amazing way, and stop trying to make it happen. Because when we're trying to make things happen, we think it's, you know, something that we have to do instead of letting things just come to us, you know. Force negates, so it kind of sets up that resistance, or it's like that magnet, except for it's flipped the wrong way, and so you are repelling that which you want to attract, right? So by trying really hard, but we focus by focusing on what's not there, then you just start continuing to create more of what's not there, right? Like, that's what the frequency is tuned into. And so by adjusting that to tuning into the abundance that's all around, right? And just witnessing and noticing that, and then recognizing that you are also part of this, and you are like made of the same thing. It's in you. It's not separate from you, right? That everything begins to shift and things just seem to come together more abundantly. Recognizing that, you know, money is abundant. Money is abundant and it's everywhere. I like to think of money as your water in your faucet, and you turn on the water and you just know that, or you turn on the faucet and you just know that the water is going to pour out. Well, you know, how many times do you go and like swipe a card and just know that there's money there? You just know it's there. And, you know, when it needs to come, it comes. And the only time that it doesn't come is when we are focused on the challenge and we don't allow it to arise with ease. So I am really loving this abundance challenge and excited to continue to see how everybody is witnessing abundance around you. And it's not only seeing it, but also giving it, because there has to be a give and receiving balance. If you are just wanting to receive, well, you have to be able to give. It's not meant to come to you and stop there. It's meant to come to you and through you and out. It's like the life cycle. It has to recycle. It has to circulate. And so by you receiving abundance, maybe it's an abundance of love, of joy, of awareness, and then give out, whether it's, with money or with compliments or with nurturing people or doing something really kind for someone that was unexpected. There has to be that coming and going. It has to circulate, right? So in the abundance journal that I created, it's receiving. What kind of abundance did you receive today? What did you witness or see today? And then what did you give today, right? What did you feel today? So noticing it in all the different spaces. And that's really, really important, because when you feel it in all those different spaces, then you witness that it literally is everywhere. All right. I hope that this creates some clarity and helps to get you excited about really stepping into your power as like witnessing abundance and being able to create abundance by giving and then allowing it to come to you and then giving it again, right? And the more we give, the more we get to receive. And it comes in all different ways. So my wish for you is to go out and expect and witness abundance, and to share that with everybody here so that we can all witness and cheer on the abundance in each other's lives. All right. Expect abundance. Have a great day, guys.